Yes, guys, welcome back to another live video. Welcome back to another live preview. Actually, the first time in a while that we've done live previews, but it's Chelsea versus Morecambe. We both know I'm not going for 10 minutes on this. We are barely even going for 20 minutes on this. So we're going to talk about all the issues surrounding Chelsea throughout the week. We are going to chat about the Chelsea-Morecambe game. We're both going to give our predicted 11 for the game. We're also going to drop a Q&A as well. So if you guys want your questions answered, drop your questions down below. Also super chat them as well if you want to guarantee that they'll be answered. And yeah, first things first, going to introduce our guest, Worldwide Chelsea. If you guys haven't subscribed to his channel already, literally click his name in the title. We'll send you straight there. And yeah, Chelsea, what's your thoughts, bro?
Look, first of all, have you hit 20k yet?
Nah, nearly. So also, if you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe to Carefree Lewis G as well. But I expect you guys had already done so.
Got to be done. You got keep liking the video as well, man. Keep tuning in daily as well. But
yeah, please,
tomorrow's game, we've got to see many changes, man. Many changes. Maybe Kai Havertz and Timo Werner might play, but I want to see some of the youngsters definitely.
Yeah, same. I'm looking to see some of the young players, but I low-key think we're not going to see as many of them as people expect to see. Everyone's saying Livramento will be starting, Lewis Bate might be starting, Soon Bell might be starting. Like, that's three youth players already that have never played a game for us. And you think they're all going to go straight into one FA Cup game. I mean, it is Morecambe, but Frank Lampard needs a win. Morecambe are going into this game in better form than we have. They've won their last 4 games. We cannot be just throwing our entire youth team against them, in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying. You were saying on my channel about you need a comfortable win. You need at least 3 or 4-0. But at this rate, we don't even know if we're going to be getting those numbers. Kepa probably starting as well. Obviously, Kepa's
100%. Was it his 100th start for Chelsea potentially?
Oh, is
it? Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because that's just extra pressure on him. Also, we need a moment of silence for the Danish Maldini, who will not be appearing tomorrow, sadly. It is a massive shame, but everyone said he was a little fairy, but he played the entire game when he really shouldn't have, which doesn't work with people's agendas. But yeah, big up yourself here anyway. Thank you for the donation as well. Smash the like button if you guys haven't done so already. Yeah, that's Wayne. One sec. I might actually mod him.
Wayne.
Yeah, you've been modded, bro. Thank you, bro. Congratulations. That we will start off with probably the game that we don't want to start off with, but we're going to talk about the week in general. So we're going to have to start off with the bad news. Chelsea versus Manchester City. That was our 4th loss in 6 Premier League games. And we're talking about confidence levels going into this game. Morecambe won't be going into this game expecting too much, but they will definitely be confident with their recent form. But for Chelsea, there's a bit of pressure on us, you know. We have to get a result in this sort of game. And for Frank Lampard especially, I'm going to ask you this question. Is the FA Cup the biggest competition for Frank Lampard right now?
Yes, I do think so. Simply because we were 1 step away last season. And I feel like, last season was just the season just to get over the line, see what we can do. I think he did overachieve. I think he done really, really well. But this season, we need to close the gap, of course, with the titles and stuff like that. But in terms of trophies, we should be winning at least Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, if you know what I mean. So, yes, I think it's a very, very important trophy for him personally to get that confidence and experience as well as a manager in general, whether he makes that Chelsea or not. He definitely does need that. But at the same time, he's got to be consistent with it.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. One thing I do want to see, we've been saying consistency. I actually do want to see something completely different in the next few games. This sort of game as well gives us a perfect opportunity to try something different, in my opinion. We've been screaming for a new formation, something different to the ordinary 4-3-3 formation that just forces us out wide. This is the perfect game to experiment and try something different, which is also half the reason why I don't expect us to see so many youth players playing. We might see one of them come off the bench, maybe all 3 of them coming off the bench, depending what the result is. But no way are we going to see all 3 of them start. Someone's saying 1 loss already. Yeah, we know it's an absolute dreadful game. I was really hoping they drag it to penalties at least, but this is just going to end it.
I don't know how you watched that, fam, in the first place. But I was going to ask you, obviously, Christensen, your boy is out. Tomorrow, tomorrow's free training? Is that what we're saying, or do you think
he's going to have to start? He's going to have to start. We've got Zuma and Silva will both be rested for this game. It'd be criminal to start either of them in this sort of match. Rudiger was going to be shooed into this match regardless. So it looks like it's going to be a Rudiger-Tomori centre-back partnership. Although, to be honest, with the way Lampard's been playing him, I wouldn't be surprised to see Aspi play centre-back and it just be Aspi, Rudiger or something like that. But also...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, go on. Talking about the Tomori thing as well. Because of the Andreas Christensen injury, this might be another loan deal that's been scuppered for him. Because he was meant to be going on loan to Newcastle. I know Leeds United were interested in him as well. And now that looks to be off the card as well. And I'm going to ask you this. Like, I get keeping him just for the sake of numbers, but depending on how serious Andreas Christensen's injury is, do we really need to do this? Like, I've been saying for months, Tomori needed that loan deal. He should have taken the loan deal in the summer to West Ham. Now we're going to hold him back for another 6 months just for the sake of a few games. If he's out for a few months, fine, that's different. But even I'm going to say that didn't look like too much to take him out for too long. If Christensen was back in a month, it's 2-0. Aubameyang scored as well. Absolutely dreadful. But yeah.
What?
No, you are not starting that shit. I swear down. But yeah, like I was saying, if Christensen is only out for a month or two, does it really make sense to keep him at the club? Because I'd rather have Andreas Christensen come back and just take that spot. Tomori go out on loan and become a better centre back. He isn't going to have the same sort of numbers of games regardless to justify keeping him for another 4 months, in my opinion.
You see, that's the thing I'm worried about at the same time, because we shouldn't even be selling or, loaning Tomori in the first place. And it's another issue with Frank Lampard, what they were saying about off the pitch. Players are not getting along with him. Likes of Marcos Alonso, Emerson. Tomori is on that list, G, and he could have been one for the future. And I'm not saying first choice, but I'm just saying as a squad player, what do we do? Apparently, he wants to leave on a permanent as well. It's not just a loan deal. He's looking at permanent because he doesn't really understand what's happening at Chelsea. And also, I don't know if people look into this too much. I don't know if it's true either. Lampard doesn't even follow certain players. I mean, he follows Declan Rice.
Yeah, I heard that yesterday. Was it you that told me that?
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Yesterday, there's a couple players that he don't follow on Twitter. And
he don't follow them. I don't understand this. I was a bit confused at the same time. So I don't know. I get it. It's a big squad, but at the same time, under a pandemic, we need to make sure we try to keep as many players as possible. I do agree with that because even Petr Cech's registered. Don't forget about Petr Cech, fam. So you never know. Petr Cech might play tomorrow. You never know.
Yeah, I will take Petr Cech over Kepa. I can't even lie. But you two touch on a very specific point, and it's Lampard falling out with players that are outside of his preferred starting 11 or substitutes bench. That was nearly a chance for 2-1, but that's gone down. But yeah, we were speaking about that. And if Tomori is one of those fringe players that's falling out with Lampard, does it make sense to keep him as well for the disharmony within the squad? Right now, we have 4 goalkeepers, including Petr Cech that you've just mentioned. You've got 5 centre-backs, 3 left-backs, and 6 centre-mids. And this is working out as a positive and a negative because we have a very, very jam-packed squad. But there's also a lot of unhappy players that aren't happy with the game time that they've been having. We've been trying to get rid of them as well, but Chelsea are trying to recoup as much as their valuation fees as they can. And with the issues of the pandemic and everything surrounding like that, no club can really reach those limits. Like, no one is going to pay 55 million for a Jorginho. No one is even going to pay half, maybe even a quarter of the 72 million that we paid for Kepa. But we're still trying to look to recoup some of those. So it goes both ways. I'd rather him go on loan still for the sake of that. But we've got 3 centre-backs that we can look forward to anyway. We've got Mbuyamba, who's just coming back off his injury as well. If that's an emergency option, I'd rather we go for him.
100%, 100%. I mean, look, at the same time, yeah, we've brought so many players in this transfer window, and also we need to try and get rid of players, but obviously we struggled to sell most of these players last window. So some of these guys are coming up end of contract as well. I think Rudiger's contract comes up in the summer, which is why he's come back after the fallout with Lampard, because I think Lampard needs to try and feature him a lot more, try and get another season out of him with a contract basically, and try and sell him on a cheap if he's not here for the long run. So I think Chelsea have to play it. I think the board and manager have to play it by ear basically, and make sure that we try and get rid of as many players as possible, try and get as much money as well at the same time, because we are spending. I understand the net spend is okay, but at the same time, if we want to sign more players, we need to make sure that we sell as much as we can. Obviously, Mitchie and these guys couldn't leave for a certain fee. They went on loan, G. So we have to sell for, I don't care if it's a price cut. Literally, I don't care if it's a price cut, G. I think 10, 15 million, I'll be happy. As long as we get money in, revenue in, and get rid of these players and then
Wait,
spend
10,
it on
50 mil
players.
for who?
Now, obviously, I'm just saying in general. Like I'm saying, like pay cut for anyone basically, like Mitchie, Drinkwater,
Well,
Barkley.
literally, he can go for any fee, to be honest. I couldn't care less about him.
That's what I'm saying. So I want to see these guys, get new contracts or be sold for cheap as soon as possible. Like Giroud was talked about for 5 million, fam. Like, remember
Giroud
Lampard wasn't a
5
fan of him.
million is criminal. Like
That's what
I
I'm
could
saying.
never hear anything like that.
That's what I'm
Let me
saying. So,
let me see what some of you guys say in the comments section. Someone saying what happened to Tomori. The biggest thing with the start of the season that Lampard was getting criticised for was because he was changing the back five continuously. We had about 22 different defensive combinations in the space of 41 games for Frank Lampard, and that was a big problem because we were making a lot of mistakes in the defensive setup. So it makes sense that he's stuck with a specific starting back four. But again, that also comes with its own problems when you have 5 centre-backs, 2 and 3 left-backs. You're going to have 2 unhappy left-backs. You're going to have at least 3 unhappy centre-backs as well. So Tomori's obviously going to be one of those. I'm never going to try and name names of people who have fallen out with Frank Lampard, but it's easy to predict who it is. Just look at who's not playing regularly. Someone said, next season, get rid of Rudiger and Christensen, keep Tomori and recall Sarr. I'd get rid of Rudiger. I can't lie, bias is going to run here. I think Christensen would make a great squad player for us. I would prefer to keep him. I've already said Rudiger, I think, is a quality centre-back, but he's hit his ceiling. I don't think he's getting any better than he is right now. Christensen, I think, can get a bit better. He does need to improve a little bit mentally. I'm not going to sit here and say he's a perfect centre-back. He isn't a perfect centre-back, and there's a reason why Zuma and Silva start above him. But as a squad player, he's an excellent option to have off the bench. Like, Christensen really needs a bit more respect on his name. Keeping Tomori and recalling Sarr, I respect that. I'd rather loan Tomori, though. At his age, he needs game time. Even keeping him at Chelsea, he isn't going to get the same level of game time that you'd want him to get. And that's going to make him unhappy regardless. So I'd rather loan Tomori, sell Rudiger, recall Sarr if you want, quality centre-back. I got nothing against that. But other than that, I agree with your thoughts. Thanks for that, man. What else are you guys saying? Is Morecambe an opponent you need to have a discussion? Bro, we can only talk about who we're playing, innit? This is why we're trying to delve as far away from the Morecambe game as well as chat about it a little bit, because we can't chat for an hour about this. Like, we don't know anything about Morecambe. I know they have won Atletico Madrid ex-prospect and they've won their last 4 games. They're called the Shrimps and that's it. Like, we know nothing about Morecambe.
I didn't even know that, G. I don't even know.
We'll spit more information out here, but this is the thing. Are they a League 1 or a League 2 club?
League 2, G.
League 2. Yeah, we better win this one. I swear down.
If we lose,
if we drag this to penalties, I'm gonna be fuming. Because you already know the issues with the fixture pile up and everything. End this game quickly. Like, first half and everything. This is another reason why I'm saying don't push the youth out too much. I need experience. I need people that are going to kill the game off first half and then play the youth players. There's 5 subs in the FA Cup as well. Play the youth players then. Bring them out for a run out. There's a lot less pressure on them. And if they do anything impressive, it looks 10 times as better. But don't put pressure on these men to get a result against Morecambe when we've won 1 game in our last 7. It's not fair.
We're
not doing that. Aye, Fata, what are you saying, bro? Aye, if you want to jump on towards the end as well, please jump on, man. We'll get you on too. You know how to jump on anyway. I don't need to send you a link.
We got another donation from Wayne, fam.
Aye, big up Wayne, man. What are you saying? Drinkwater, Bab. Oh, these terrible names.
Fam, that's what I mean.
They're all on our payroll.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm saying.
Drinkwater is still earning over 100k a week as a
100 grand.
That is ridiculous.
Man was in Dubai, G, like before COVID and that.
The only assist he's done is helping us sign Ben Chilwell, and that's it. Other than that, he's stolen a living for about 5 years. And I respect him. He's basically the Brexit Winston Bogart, but we gave him the 100k a week contract, so he can take us for mugs all he wants. Look at the rest of this. Abba Rahman, another failed left back. I never really knew what happened to this kid as well. Victor Moses completely fell apart after Conte's first season because we again played a very predictable style of play. Batshuayi, Kennedy, another one that made it. Oh, you sounded like you rated Kennedy there.
I did, because he could have played in different positions at the time when he first came onto the scene, G.
United's the 1-0 up already. Mad.
he came onto the scene where he was a skillful player in it. So I thought maybe he might have potential, man, but didn't really work out, fam. So same with Pison as well, fam. Before Oscar came, he was the next big thing.
Nah, all I remember Piazon for is the guy who ruined the chance for us to go 9-0 up against Aston Villa. Do you remember him missing the penalty?
Yeah, that's so peak.
Could have just given it to Lampard for his hat trick, but we wanted to be all nice and shit. Bakayoko, genuinely the worst player I've ever seen put a Chelsea shirt on. Ross Barkley, a very close top 5 as well. Baker kind of feel bad for. He was an amazing prospect. Yeah. Disappeared.
His back heel against Arsenal in the Youth Cup, the final.
I vaguely remember that vaguely, but not too much.
That was his thing, man. Alonso has to go.
If we want to talk about, there's more names as well. Davide Zappacosta is still on our payroll.
Is he?
Yeah, Zappacosta weren't sold. Like I might double check that now. Yeah, I swear we didn't. There was no way we were selling any of our Deadwood this summer because we kept trying to get big fees for them. Yeah, he's on loan at Genoa right now. There was no way we were going to sell any of these players because Drinkwater we'd ask for money for, all these men we'd ask for money for. Masunda's the only one where it's like, okay, I feel bad for the kid. I don't mind seeing what we can get out of him. If he gets one moment with us, cool, I don't mind. But also, same way, he hasn't played a professional game in nearly 2 years. So if that's the only saving grace out the entire group, we're a bit of a mess right now. But what else do you guys say? Havertz will improve slowly but surely. Yes.
Surely, yeah.
The Athletics also run a recent article saying that half the reason why he's been playing badly is because we aren't utilizing him well enough in the number 8 role. And I kind of agree with that. He can play in the number 8 role. It's just we aren't really playing to his strengths, and he is also adapting to the intensity of the Premier League. One of his biggest issues is releasing the ball quickly. He's adapting to the intensity of the Premier League. It's like 2 different factors, so I do fully agree with that. He is probably the most generational signing that we made this summer. Out of all the players that we have, he's the one that could potentially go the highest. Yeah. Timo Werner, love him. Very one-dimensional, though. You have to play to his strengths. He isn't completely versatile. Hakim Ziyech as well. Quality player, but he will disappear in some games. We do have to get used to that. If a team keeps him quiet, they will potentially keep the rest of the team quiet as well. And we've seen that for this season. Any other questions before we go to our predicted 11? I'm not Barkley's biggest fan, but putting him in that company is hot.
I love Barkley as well.
Big up Manhandled, man. I like you on Twitter, bro. But is it really like? What has he really done for us, bar that nice little 3-game run that we had before lockdown against Liverpool, against Spurs, and against Everton? Other than that, he has been consistently inconsistent. He's been terrible. And this isn't me trying to run a Barkley agenda, but there's a reason why he was starting a lot of games in Lampard's first season, then he completely fell out the starting lineup. The guy isn't quality. I think at Aston Villa, it's the perfect position for him. It's a team that's more suited to his level. At Chelsea, though, he just ain't built to the standard.
It's a big shout. Big shout.
Do you agree or disagree? That sounds like you slightly disagree.
I get what you're saying. I just felt like when he was playing, the team was just rubbish at the time, fam. It's difficult. He was afraid to take risks as well.
What periods were you thinking that?
I was thinking, under Sarri, I felt like he started well. He had a proper pre-season, I think it was. And then every pre-season he does well, I get it. But I don't know what it was. I feel like he was instructed to be limited. Like he was afraid to go forward and take risks. But when you see him for England and for Aston Villa, you see him so open, fam. Like,
yeah, but in
I'm not saying Chelsea level
either. Like I think his best games have been the Liverpool match and the Arsenal game, but there's also been the games against mid-table opposition. He's been the worst player on the pitch.
I mean, look, it has been. I agree with you. He's been consistently inconsistent. That's a very good term, by the way.
Yeah, he's dropped another comment here. You know what? I agree with that comment a bit more. Okay, compared to the other bums that we had in that other comment, fair play. Maybe he deserves to be a level or 2 higher than that. That's calm. But yeah, I agree with that. 25-30 million we can definitely get from him. The one thing I did like about the Ross Barkley deal was that it was a cheap risk. 15 million. If it doesn't work, fine. We'll sell him off and get profit. If it does work, amazing transfer for 15 million. So it was never really a lose-lose situation for us. I kind of agree with that. He ain't on the level of a Bakayoko or well, I won't say Lewis Baker, more Lucas Piazon or any of the other players on that list.
Yeah,
So fair
100.
play, I agree with that.
100.
Right, this is a good time for us to go through the starting lineup. We'll start off in goal. Now, who are we going for? Are we going to go for Kepa to make his 100th start? Are we going to go for Willy Caballero between the sticks in case we end up taking it to penalties? Or would you rather Father Petr Cech take a step back into the Stamford Bridge sticks for one more run? What's your thoughts, bro?
I think because it's the January window, I think Keppel might have to play still, especially if you want to get him out on a loan or try get some type of deal out of him because it looks like he's not coming back into this team whatsoever. So I feel probably Kepa 100 starters all. As you said, I didn't even know about that. It's surprising that he's played nearly 100 games to me. So
yeah. That is actually a mad surprise. It's been 2 seasons. No, 2.5 seasons. That's a decent amount of time. Yeah. That's a decent amount of time.
2.5. So I'm going with Kepa, but it would have been nice to see Petr Cech in goal, definitely. But yeah, probably Kepa. What about you?
I'm hearing a lot of Mendy shouts, a couple Kepa shouts. I'm gonna low-key, we're gonna have to go for Kepa as well, because we're gonna try to raise his transfer fee as much as we can, even though a clean sheet against Morecambe literally does nothing to add to it. But I don't really see anyone else starting because we're talking about team harmony and everything like that. Kepa's £72 million, the most expensive goalkeeper in world history. He doesn't start games. That is so bad for his confidence. If he don't start the Morecambe game, like he might as well hand in the transfer request already. I'm surprised he hasn't already done that.
He hasn't done it, yeah.
I think
totally agree with you.
Go on.
No, I totally agree with you, man. I totally agree with you. I mean, it's depressing that he was 15 million before we panic bought him, basically, because we were told Courtois was gonna stay. Courtois he snaked us and he just dipped, so we panicked by and we bought Kepa, fam. Honestly, it was 15 million, fam, before all of this drama. So you have to deep it. Chelsea board have to take an L on that, which is why if Donnarumma comes on a free transfer, that covers the loss in my eyes personally, and I think it's a risk that we should take if the opportunity comes in the summer, 100%. Big up Manhandle.
If the opportunity comes, but big up Manhandle. We should probably do a video as well. I will shout you about that. I want to do videos with more Chelsea content creators, so we'll chat in a little bit, definitely, bro. But thanks for watching. I do want to say, and wait, repeat that point again because I completely lost
Donnarumma on the free transfer, but we have agent problems as well.
Yeah, because he's got Mino Raiola as manager, so there's no chance that one's happening. I think our best chance of getting as much as we can for Kepa would be to loan him out first. Like, we are not selling him to any semi-decent club for any semi-decent price. He has to go on a loan. He has to try and build up his reputation a little bit more because it is mudded. He is statistically the worst goalkeeper in Premier League history. Had the 4th worst save percentage in the entirety of Europe. Oh, stop. You're making me so hungry.
It's for Jordan. It's for Jordan. Sorry, in the comments.
Oh, it's Jordan in the chat. Hey, big up Jordan, man. Come on, G. Hey, if you want a link as well, I will send you one. I've been saying I want to see you back on YouTube as well. You can come chat. We can join the AC Hive together, bro.
Man, like Jordan.
And same way, if he concedes with his first shot on target, that is going to be it. We might as well just release him straight up.
100%. I'm a bit nervous for him if he starts tomorrow, but hopefully we get a clean sheet, man. But we know what's going to happen with Kepa.
Kepa can't count for this game, please. It really can't. Like, that's going to be so terrible for us. But yeah, we'll move on to right back now because I don't want to just turn this into some big live. Right back, Reece James isn't starting. He's out injured again because we played him in the Arsenal game for God knows why. So it's either going to be Azpilicueta or Livramento. Do you think Livramento starts this game? I mean, he is a quality player. From the little I've seen of him, Lawrence. Okay, I'll be real. I haven't seen enough of Lawrence. You're gonna have to on that one.
Could be Lawrence as well, G. Could be Lawrence as well.
Here's the thing. I just don't see either of the youth players starting to. I think the best youth player that you get to see start maybe is Tino Anjorin. But I wouldn't really see anyone that hasn't already started for Chelsea start. I think they maybe come off the bench, but I don't see him start this game.
Yeah, I mean, look, don't get it twisted. I agree with you. Livramento is the one that I want to see as well. But I just feel like if the youth get picked, it'll probably be Lawrence, bro. Probably Lawrence, surprisingly. But that's because he's been featuring a lot more as well. So It'll be interesting to see right back position. As long as Aspi doesn't play and he gets rested, that I'm happy with it
Oh, so
personally.
you'd
So,
rather not see Asby start at all?
no. He needs to get a break, bro. I just want him to be rested. I know we got a week until Fulham and that, but I just want these guys to be rested, fam. They need as much rest as possible, basically. This is an opportunity to rest players at the same time.
Okay, you know what? You might have warmed me up a bit more to seeing Livramento or Lawrence start. Like, I was going to go through the starting 11 and not add any of the youth players except for Angerin because I didn't think it'd be the right game to start them all out with. I thought they'd be perfect bench options, but that makes sense. I'm really happy with that. I will go for Livramento on the right hand side. Quickly before we start, are we doing Lampard's predicted 11 or the one that we want to see start?
I'll say Lampard's one. Because I see some of these youth guys training, and also, guys, listen, there's about what over 70 people tuned in. Please, yeah, smash the like button, man.
Yes,
The
please,
more
guys.
likes, the
And if
more
you
helps
haven't
out.
pressed
Yeah,
the subscribe button, massively appreciated.
hit
Start
the bell notification.
2021 with a dub.
Tune in daily to this channel, man. I keep telling you guys, the more likes, it helps out YouTubers every single day, man. So please,
Yes, and
do like
also click that name in the title as well because it'll send you off to this lovely guy's channel. Hit the like and subscribe button to Worldwide Chelsea as well. You guys will be seeing plenty more of us two together on each other's channels. The invasion is real and it's coming, and everyone else wants to see it as well. Big up Jester for the donation.
Just as my guy as well. That's my guy, fam.
Yeah, big up, bro. What's he saying? Just hoping for a win and no injuries. Want to see hella rotation, youth, and mixing some players for form. Let's get this win. All right, cool. So if we're playing Lampard's predicted 11, I'm guessing we're going for a 4-3-3.
Yep, 100.
All right, cool. Back to, I think we discussed this a little bit earlier, but we might as well go through already. It's looking very likely to be Tomori and Rudiger starting, I'm guessing.
I agree. But if tomorrow doesn't start, then I'll probably see Zuma, fam.
You think it could be potentially Rudiger Zuma?
Yeah, because I just feel like tomorrow is just being frozen, fam.
Damn, I mean, I feel like Lampard's hand's more being forced off the basis of the rumours that people are saying with the Christensen injury, because it sounded like it was just going to be Christensen and Rudiger starting this match, and Tomori would have already headed out on loan to Newcastle, but now plans have changed with the Aston Villa injury. They're not sure how deep the Andreas Christensen injury really is. Everyone's saying it's a lot more serious. So for me, I'm thinking it's more going to be Rudiger and Tomori. But what's your?
I'm hoping it's tomorrow, bro. But I've got a feeling that he's not
Big
going to
up,
feed
bro. Brilliant shout, man.
Yes,
That's the
Franklin,
best
my
decision
bro.
made all year.
Thank you.
Jordan, I don't think Jordan's coming on still. The door is open, Jordan. If you do want to come on, we'd love to see you back on. And as already said, I want to start that live video with you and Alex. I think that'd be a great weekly video. But let us know, man. Left back. Marcos Alonso definitely ain't touching the pitch in this game.
Yeah,
never seen him in a Chelsea shirt again.
100. Emerson.
Emerson. Definitely not Chilwell. We're talking about players that need a rest. He's probably played as many minutes as Mason Mount has.
Yeah. Every time he's been available, he's come back in. Even after injury, he should have been rested, but he's come back in straight away. So we have to see Emerson at least. But yeah, as long as Chilwell and Aspi don't play, it'll be a positive.
All right, cool. So let's move to the number 6 role. I'm just gonna Billy Gilmore has to be Billy Gilmore. Like, I understand Jorginho, but only if Gilmore's playing in the number 8 role instead. But in my opinion,
That's
Gilmore
what I'm saying.
has to be in this lineup. Oh, what? So you're thinking Jorginho and Gilmore then?
Yeah, G. I'm thinking both.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've got nothing against that. Jorginho hasn't really been on the best of form. I'm hoping for the same Jorginho we saw in the opening games of the season because we haven't seen the same Jorginho since. Billy Gilmore in the number 8 role, though, I've got nothing against that. I think he played the number 8 role in the Krasnodar game and he won man of the match in that performance. And we didn't even know he was injured for the last 4 months. So yeah, Billy Gilmore has to start. He has to get more game time, in my opinion. We're hearing about a potential loan deal for him. I'd rather we sell a midfielder or two and just upgrade him. We don't need to sell him. We don't need to loan him to Rangers for the season because that's a drop in quality in itself.
100%. I mean, Billy Gilmore is one of the most exciting talents that we've seen in a very, very long time. Like we were saying recently, the way he just plays with the ball, just so composed, so confident on the ball. And for a youngster, it looks like he's been in the game for years. So even the likes of Roy Keane talks highly of him. And his performance is really, really good. So he's been noticed by everyone, and I hope he continues his minutes for sure, man. But I'm hoping to see. I don't know if he's been played before from the starting minute, But Jorginho, Billy Gilmour, Havertz. That's the three I kind of want to see personally in midfield. But
You want to see
we'll hear
Kai
yours.
Havertz start this one?
Yeah, man, we need a bit of confidence in these players, man.
Oh, Jester's not happy with that. He's
He
saying
hates
Gilmore at
Jorginho.
six,
He hates
Jorginho in
Jorginho,
the
G.
goal.
He hates Jorginho.
Hey, big up Kaio in the chat, bro. What are you saying?
Hey, you got no charisma, fam. Don't even get on to me, fam. I saw your
Kaio,
the other day.
personally, I wouldn't have that. I'd jump on the invite that I'll send you if you want to jump on. I wouldn't have
Bro,
that. And state your
this
case.
guy, he's too funny, fam. But just as you gotta play Jorginho once, man. We have to rest these players, bro. We can't keep playing Kovacic, and Mason Mount and the likes of those guys. But we have to rest when we can.
Yeah, but
This the best
Jorginho, to
time.
be fair, hasn't played too much this season anyway.
Yeah, he just dislikes Jorginho. Like he openly admits he's just not good enough for Chelsea. G. Like
I don't mind if the agenda is consistent. Like if Jorginho's playing well and you
consistent.
still believe, oh, is he consistent?
He's consistent.
Okay,
He's been
cool.
out for time. He's just not a fan of him, fam. So
Okay,
I have to rate him. He does make sense, but sometimes you just have to change the way we're playing, especially in the games like this. He has to be playing this game, bro.
Everyone's saying Havertz hat trick incoming. Here's the thing: imagine all we have to hype with Kai Havertz is hat tricks against Barnsley and
I'm not gonna get gas.
Yeah, we can't get gas. If anything, it's going to turn on our heads if we see Kai Havertz bag a hat trick and the timeline's filled up. Oh, so this is his level now. Shut up, man. You already know it's coming with Kai Havertz. We just got to be patient. But same way, would you start him in this? Now we're talking rotation. He has to start this game.
I think he has to, bro. Just for a bit of confidence as well.
Yes, yeah, and to be honest, we've been speaking about second half of the season Kai Havertz for the longest. Here's how we start it off. First off, he's got the assist in very limited time against Manchester City. It is the perfect time to build on it. We do have to also steady ourselves a little bit. If he balls out and has the man of the match performance that we expect, nobody get gassed. Nobody get too gassed. Just be like, cool. He's coming back to his own. He's coming back to his own, but we'll relax. We're not going to get too gassed about it because if he has a disaster class in the next game, it's all peak for us. I said, how many pens has Jorginho missed?
He missed about 3, you know.
He's missed a couple, but same way, if you're going to get pissy about the technique when he misses, do not celebrate the penalty when he scores, in my opinion. Because we all know what the technique is like, but same way, you know what the risk that comes with it. It's like Hazard's penalties, in my opinion. You know how we always used to calmly slot it one side? If you miss that penalty, it looks like the laziest penalty on earth. You look like a bum. But if you score it, it's like ice cold, man of steel and everything. And two different catches that you gotta get with those sorts of.
This guy, you got the lines right, fam. Trust me, you got the lines right, man.
It's the truth, though. We'll go into the front three now. Left wing is probably going to be Tino Anjorin. I'm guessing we wouldn't expect anything different. Lewis mentioned as well. I don't expect him to start this one. He'd be definitely coming off the bench. I just wanted to add that as well before anyone else says it. Also, midfield, Gilmour 6. You want Anjorin in midfield? Interesting. Anjorin's more of a winger, though, so I wouldn't see that happening.
Anjorin midfield, really? Jesters?
Yeah,
really?
Someone tell me if I'm wrong, but Anjorin ain't a centre mid, is he? I swear he's just a left winger.
I thought it was a wing.
Yeah, so did I. You're gonna need to correct me on that, Jester, but Anjorin in centre midfield, I don't know if that's it, G, still. But like we were saying, Tino Anjorin to play on the left-hand side. You said you wanted to go Callum Hudson-Odoi on the right.
Yeah, I mean, if that means Fulham, we play Pulisic and Ziyech, then probably Hudson-Odoi has to play this game, no?
Yeah, I'm not against Hudson-Odoi starting. I've already been screaming that he needs more game time. Again, Morecambe is not this guy's level by a long shot. But same way, he should have been playing a lot more in the coming weeks leading up to this game. He should have started the Arsenal game. He should have started the Manchester City game as well and bringing him on the 45th minute for both of those games when the game's already done. Didn't make any sense to me, man. But, man saying Tino's a number 10. Oh, he's played Cam for us. Okay. Now, I slightly understand that a little bit more. Cool. So, with that in mind, Tino Anjorin, you going to go for left wing or you going to change anything for the centre midfield spots?
I just see him as a wing, but I didn't know he played as a cam. But if that's the case, maybe we might see a bit of rotation. But quickly, I want to ask you this.
Actually, people saying he's a cam, but then we're going to want Kai Havertz playing in that same role as well. So
That's what I'm saying.
So you're saying bench Havertz and then put Tino Anjorin in there? Because we could play them both and play him on the wing.
Yeah, because I don't want Havertz on the wing at all. I don't want him at all on the wing.
No, I don't want him on the wing. Like, we've seen enough of Kai Havertz on the right-hand side, and it's never worked. So I don't want to see that. Yeah, so I'd rather still stick with the midfield three that we have. I'd still put Tino Andrin on the left-hand side.
I was gonna ask you before we finish off with the predicted. We really haven't asked ourselves if Lampard loses this game, is he gone? I never thought of it because I've been thinking of the league. I've been thinking of the league only. I've not thought about the FA Cup game. So, if he fails this game, is it out?
You know what? Hold that thought, because we'll finish off the predicted 11. We'll chat about that, because that will help us get the full hour as well. So perfect thought, man. But yeah, we've got nearly everything sorted. But who starts up front? Now, people are saying Tammy Abraham, Timo Werner potentially, Soon Sup Bell, Olivier Giroud. Which one are your thoughts out of the three? Out of the four? Giroud as well. Okay, cool. So we're both thinking the same thing. Yeah, I want Olivier Giroud to start. If he gets a goal in this game, I think that's 10 goals for the season for him. So that's going to be something that he's going to want to build up for himself, especially the lack of game time that he's been having in recent weeks. And like I've been saying as well, youth is calm, but you need experience to mix up with it. Otherwise, when they end up in a bad situation, like, for example, Morecambe sits everybody behind the ball and we spam crosses for another 60, 70 minutes and we struggle to break them down, we need some experience to get us through that. We know Lampard's going to make late substitutions because it's something we have to get used to and expect at this point. But that's why I think Olivier Giroud needs to start. We need a bit of experience mixed up with the youth players as well.
100%, man. 100%. I'm just thinking the worst tomorrow, G. Like, if we lose, Arsenal fans on our cage, chatting breeze.
Going from being finalists to getting eliminated in the third round. I don't even want to speak it into existence so much, but the last few games have been so bad that I'm getting worried about fucking Morecambe. Absolute Morecambe. I'm hearing a lot of Timo Werner shouts about confidence and building up form. Bro, if we play the full 3-3 formation and we play the exact same way that we've played in the last 7 games, there is no point playing Timo Werner. Because if we spam crosses all game, we make the job for the Morecambe defenders that much easier. And I can't lie, if you're talking about confidence issues, if Werner drops a 4 out of 10 against Morecambe, we cannot come up with that one. Tammy Abraham as well. That's why I don't want him to start this game as well. Do you remember the Krasnodar game? He dropped a 3 out of 10 in that game. The ball just bounced off him all game because he's poor in the air as well. Play Olivier Giroud if we're going to persist playing this system. Because if we're doing Frank Lampard's predicted lineup, we have to do Frank Lampard's predicted tactics as well. And we already know what it's going to be. Hoofball and Inshallah from the right-hand side.
Yo, man.
We know what it's going to be.
Hey, Craigo, fam.
Craigo, bro. Can you cut hair, man? Because if you can, I might actually show you up for that one. Kaio wants the link. 1 sec. Kaio, yeah, we're going to drop you in. Give me a sec.
Yeah, guys, look what Wayne's saying.
Craigo, if you want a link too, I'll send it to you. You can come chat to us.
Like Wayne said, man, you lot, keep liking the video, man. I keep telling you guys, man, the more likes, more helps out Lewis as well, man. Keep tuning in daily. Search for the channel daily. If you don't get a notification, he uploads every single day.
I just sent the link to you, bro.
Support him, man.
Yes, guys. Also, like I said, subscribe to this beautiful man and this beautiful man down below here as well. We didn't forget about you too, Craigo. Like and subscribe, please. Yeah, Kyle, I'll get your channel in the description below as well. Jamie, what are you saying? Livramento needs to start. You know, I back your opinion as well. Jamie is home, away, ladies, developmental, under 23s, everybody. So I will back your mind on that. I've watched a couple comp videos, but it's only comp videos. So I'm going to take that with a pinch of salt. He does look very promising, but I want to see it as well to believe it. But Jamie, he said he's seen it for himself. Kaio's in the stream. Yes, Kaio, what are you saying, man? Nah, this will be the better look.
I can't hear him.
Can you hear us, bro?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hey, the way you switched it up.
Bro.
Charisma, yeah.
Of course, man. You need charisma, Sadiq. You need charisma. You need charisma, man.
Charisma thing as well, by the way.
It's a joke we had since Twitter, man.
Bro, this guy was on my case for 3 years, 3 or 4 years. Gee.
Hi, Kayo, man. We're going to ask you, what are your thoughts going into Chelsea Morecambe other than expecting the absolute obvious?
I've said it on the terrace the other day, man. If Lampard gets sacked, if Lampard loses, man, that guy is gonna get pigeon mail from Roman Abramovich, man. That's how he's gonna get sacked, man. Imagine if we get a draw or loss.
Man, saying Carlo Ancelotti vibes in the dressing room and everything.
Massive pigeon, fam. What a joke.
Oh, but you know what? I actually think we should try to play a strong team just so the boys can get some confidence. Because right now our confidence is the floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we also don't. You also think we have to look at the fixture list as well. The amount of fixtures that we've been playing. Some of these players do need a rest, even though there is a good amount of days rest in between going into this game and straight afterwards. Now is a perfect time to rest players and give them even more time, because looking at February, looking at March, the fixtures are a madness for us. We really need to be wary of our players at this point in the season.
But don't you think like the way that we had like a really bad form? Like there was never a form like this in the Roman era before, and the fact is like. The boys need confidence, I think, and the Fulham game is on the 15th, so we have like a week until it happens. So I rather us play, gain some confidence, like use the same team we're going to use for the rest of the season. Let them play together, gel. A lot of people saying like, oh, these players have to gel. How the f they're gonna gel if they don't even play with each other? You know what I mean? So let them play, let them play, and then we use the same team against them, and then they get to rest a little, because I think we have like a bit of rest like before, like in at the end of January.
I can have a little look quickly. Let me just check, because our last game is the Tottenham match at the end of the month. How much rest do we have before then? We have so Fulham's on the 15th, Leicester's 4 days after that. Then I think that's a week's rest until the Wolves game. And then the Burnley game's in 3 days after that. And then the Spurs game is 2 days after that. Yeah, end of January is a madness. I can't lie. We've got another 3 games in the space of a week.
Yeah, that's why I said that's how we know if we are going to be top 4 contenders. Can't believe about talking for even top 4 contender at the beginning of the season. We thought they're going to challenge for the title, man. Anyway, so by the end of January, we will know exactly where we stand. And if we're not standing in the right place where we can actually get top 4, I think the club needs to, be a little bit more proactive, because I am worried, man. Like going without Champions League at COVID time, it's scary, man. Like the amount of money we lose, Jesus Christ.
The amount of money we stand to lose if we don't finish in the top 4 as well. But one thing I wanted to say, you were saying that this would be a good game to gel the players up for this sort of result. Low-key, I'm feeling, how long do we do this gelling thing before it just becomes a massive excuse? For me, the biggest issue is more the system. Like, we can play whatever players we want. If we spam crosses from the right-hand side all game, it doesn't matter too much. I'm low-key worried that Morecambe could drag this game to penalties. Not that Morecambe could beat us outright, but if they sit everyone behind the ball all game and we spam crosses to a striker that isn't Olivier Giroud, how long could this game go on for?
Man, it's like we have, like, I heard that I heard the gelling excuse that we need like at least a year. People are saying our fixtures are too tight. Then they said our squad is too big. I've never thought in my life that I would hear a Chelsea manager say, or a Chelsea fan say, our squad is too big, man. How can you complain about like a big ass squad and the quality it contains, as a bad thing?
That's the thing when you don't rotate well enough. Like, I don't mind some of the rotation options that we've done, but the midfield was the biggest issue for me. We had Kante and Mason Mount start all of the games through the Christmas period, and then people complained that they played poorly. Yeah, no wonder they played poorly. They've been dragged through the mud for the last week and a half. I definitely think this is an easy game for us to try and rest players, but we'd already gone through our starting lineup, so I want to hear yours. What's your predicted 11 for this game?
Reece James is not back from. No. I would do the same thing. The same team we used against City. But I would let Ziyech rest a little bit, and I would play Adoy. I would play Adoy, Werner, then Pulisic, and then behind him I would play Havertz, Kovacic, and what's his name? Kante suspended, right? Kante suspended. So Mount, and then I would play the back 4, whoever is fit there,
Mount
and goal.
Mason Mount.
Where's Jorginho?
Where's Jorginho? Why are we playing Mount every game, bro?
Because I got used to it. Sadiq, I got used to it because I know Lampard's gonna play his son, no matter what I say. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're going for Lampard's line.
It's like an automatic selection. Like when we do predictions, like in the terrace, right? What I do, I just start with Mount and then I add the other 10 because I know that's like a guarantee selection. You know, we got used to it, man. Same thing with Sarri and Jorginho. So there's no hope trying to change it.
But even cup games has to be considered, man.
Yeah,
I can't lie. I feel like there's a lot of players that would definitely need to be rotated for this game. But I understand your mentality. Are you thinking of just trying to kill the game off early or something?
Yeah, just kill the game early. The boys get a little bit of confidence, and then we can rotate them, get the kids a little bit of something, you know, make the youth lovers a little bit happier, you know. There you go.
But these guys don't know how to kill off games, G. They just score one goal, hesitate, get scared.
But Sadiq, you know why that is? Because they don't have confidence playing with each other. You know why Liverpool front three is so deadly? Because they played so many games with each other. They know each other's movement. But if we keep changing the team, how the F are they gonna know where to be exactly, or where their teammates are going to be? If we want to create a killer front three, we have to keep the same front three for a while, even if it's not working well. You know.
Same time, the manager, man.
I
still think the manager needs to fix up.
Bro,
too many basics. Your first Chelsea game.
Yeah.
One sec. We'll hold that one quickly. I'm gonna go through the Chelsea Morecambe game a little bit more. Okay, so you want a strong starting 11. Are you looking at the Liverpool game then? Because Villa played their entire youngsters and they went and dashed the entire first team and just wiped them out. Is that the sort of thing that you're looking for? Because you're thinking maybe Stamina would be able to show up because there's a lot lower quality in League Two football, and eventually we'd be able to overrun these guys. Is that what you're thinking?
You're asking me or Sadiq?
Oh no, you bro. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, just destroy them. You know, show them the Premier League team's strength, and then just let the kids go out and play with their, you know, to keep Nini and all the youth lovers happy. You know, that's my point, man. Just win the game and then let the Chelsea fans who love the youth happy. You know, it's that easy.
You know what? I accept that one. I wanted us to kill the game early, play a bit more rotation players instead of youth players, and then bring the youth players on. Because I don't want to see too many of them start. You need more experience more than you need youth players. I think
that's what Jose used to do. That's what Jose used to do. If you remember our 14-15 season, until that Bradford game that let's forget about, he used to play like a strong team, and after destroying that team, he would just replace them. And that's why he was so successful with Cups. Instead of rather like playing kids in the beginning and then the confidence already going to be down. We might be 1 or 2-0 or 1-1, and then we have to let the senior players play whenever they have to kill the game, and it's going to be more difficult. You know what I mean? That's my thinking behind it.
All right, cool. I'll go through a couple of you guys' questions before we wrap up this stream. Big up Max in the chat. Big up yourself, Reece James season. You're ready. What was this one? I wanted to go back to this. Thanks for the donation, Wayne, by the way. But guys, do you remember your first Chelsea game you went to? My dad got me to the dressing room before the game. What game was this? State the game at the very least. My first Chelsea game was Chelsea-Barnsley in the 4th round of the Cup, and we got knocked out on penalties. It was a game where Didier Drogba threw a coin at the Burnley fans after scoring. Proper heartbreaking shit. But what about you guys? Sadiq, we'll start with you.
Mine was a free ticket from Barclays, because you know me as an Asian, we get free stuff. Against Stoke, I think it was 3-0. Willian scored. I can't remember. I think Drinkwater scored maybe.
The 5-0.
No, 3-0. Willian. It was 2013, I think it was, or 2014.
2013, yeah, 13-14 season. I think Salah scored in that one.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually forgot. I just remember William scoring outside the box. That what we want to see him doing every single season, which he didn't do.
Since day one.
Yeah.
What about you, Kaya? What was your first game?
My first game that I went to was actually the Arsenal 6-0 against Chelsea, man.
I really wanted to go to that game, but
I got it from a friend. I got it from a friend who lives in the UK, and he couldn't go, so he gave me his ticket. And I live close to London, so for me it's like an hour flight. So I was like, I'll go. Why not? You know, it was amazing, man.
Where you live?
I live in Prague.
Nice. Fair play, man. Well,
it's like an hour away.
Yeah, I hope you guys are doing better under the pandemic than we are, because we're moving like clowns.
Bro, we have a curfew at 9 p.m. I literally had to run, get some stuff from Tesco and come back before the cops start giving me issues, you know.
Tesco,
that's how it is, man.
They're like feds on every road and shit.
I mean, now, yeah, because people really, if you know Prague, Prague is a party city, so a lot of people just wanna party and whatever, and the cops start being a little bit tighter,
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll have a question we got. If you signed Donnarumma, what's happened to Mendy? I love Mendy, but he is low-key on fraud watch after the last couple games. He's had a couple howlers, small howlers, and we didn't complain too much anyway. Kepa left us all starving, so we literally wanted any goalkeeper we could get. So I don't even mind, to be honest. Maybe Mendy's given us a little bit of a slap back to reality that, yeah, he isn't the next Iker Casillas that we all thought he was going to be. But he's calm. He's okay. He's made a couple mistakes here and there. But we are still looking for the finished article, which is why we're still looking for Donnarumma as well. You guys got anything else you want to add to that?
I agree with you.
I agree. My dream would be all black, man.
Yeah,
because
Black is the dream, man. But look at his wages.
Yeah, it was his wages. But would you rather spend 80 million on someone like Declan Rice, or spend extra 20 and get the best effing goalkeeper on the planet, man? Remember when we had Courtois? Remember when we had Courtois, right? The best goalkeeper on the planet at the time. We had Peter Cech, and then we went like downhill from there. Kepa's Mendes a good keeper, but let's be honest. Like, bias aside, he's not Courtois. You remember that Burnley saves that he had like 4 saves in a row against Burnley. Courtois was something. If he was less of a,
snake.
A snake, yeah, I would have remembered a bit more fun.
That's the thing. He's half the reason why we have Kepa. I hate that way.
Yeah, the way he left in there. But apparently, Marina promised him that they would let him go.
DM me, because you've just done a super chat. DM me on Twitter. I'll send you the link.
Apparently, he was supposed to stay to go after the World Cup, and then Marina was like, "Oh, we're sorry, but we can't do that for you." So I do get that.
No, I kind of get that. As like, we were an absolute mess. But the same way, Courtois was twerking for Real Madrid since he rejoined.
Yeah, but so did Hazard. So did Hazard, though.
About Real Madrid.
So did Hazard, man. Hazard was actually twerking, man. It's
but Hazard was a lot less shameless about it. Like, I didn't mind Hazard. He said it was his dream and everything. And
he said it was his dream.
All Courtois said was, I want to go back. I want to go back. Like, there's a way you go about it. Eden Hazard literally looked at the way Courtois went about it and said, I'm going to do the complete opposite of it. That's why we rate Eden Hazard, even though he wanted to go to Madrid. There's a way you go about this.
Yeah, but also, Lewis, a lot of us do love Hazard. Like, I think either if you're whatever manager you liked or disliked, Hazard for you is like an idol. He's like a Zola to a lot of this generation of Chelsea fans. So a lot of fans would be more forgiving to him. At the same time, I didn't like the way he was. Whenever he was, there was one time they asked him if my kid wants to buy a Hazard shirt, should he get a blue one or a white one? And he bluntly just said, "Get a white one." To me, well, you're under a Chelsea contract. For me, it's a bit disrespectful. But then again, you know me, man. I'm less emotional with personas who work for Chelsea less than club.
I don't mind that. Like, you're harsh about it, but that's all. That's only.
He's more than harsh. He's more than harsh.
Yeah, but if you're consistently harsh, at the very least, you stick to that consistency. So I don't mind that too much. What other questions are we getting? Ins and outs in January. I barely see any ins, to be honest. I'd be surprised if we get a player. Lampard's persisting on Declan Rice, but Sebastian Haller's just been sold to Ajax, which means they've now got 25 more million pounds, which means they're going to hold on to their assets a bit more. I'd be really surprised if we get Declan Rice. If we did, it would have to be for a massively reduced fee. But I literally saw your face as soon as I said Declan Rice, Kaio, so chat to me.
Hey, I'm not a fan of Rice. I think there's a lot of better players for half the price. I think Zakaria would be double the players, better technique, cheaper as well. And to be fair, with the way Lampard is doing, I wouldn't give him any more players, man. Handle the ones that you have now. Be like, you complain that we're not gelling, and then you want to add more players. Nah, man, get the best out of these players, so you don't have that gelling excuse, and let's work with these players, because these players.
Some people love Rice. Some people love Rice.
Goldberg, yeah, man. I know.
I was personally more accepting of Rice because the one thing I've noticed is we are going for Lampard-specific players. Yeah. Apparently, we wanted Thomas Partey in the dying few hours of the transfer window.
Yeah. I would have loved Partey, man. I would have loved him.
I would have taken him as well, but he wasn't Lampard's perfect type of DM, so we didn't end up going for him, and we ended up just waiting for potentially Declan Rice, which makes it look more likely that it's going to be Rice that we try to go for.
Apparently, a lot of the board are not a fan of his. They don't want Rice, and the guy who actually released him is not. he insists that there's a reason he was released from Chelsea. So I don't know. Do you feel like us getting players back that we released, is he as big of an impact as De Bruyne or a Salah? No. So I don't think we should spend 80 million on that player. Yeah, exactly. It's not an 80 million player, man.
The thing is, I don't think we're going to spend 80 million. That's the thing, because we heard Chilwell 78 million, but he went for 45 plus 5. Like, I just think it's just overpriced reports. When it comes down to it, it'll probably be 40, 50 mil.
Yeah.
That's
but even that for me, it's a bit too much. 50 million for a midfielder from West Ham, man. Nah, I'm sorry. For me, it's too much. For me, I think we should. I'm not a fan of the January window, especially for us, since we're having like issues gelling and the players' chemistry. I don't think adding more faces is gonna fix anything. I just don't see it.
Yeah, the only issue, though, I echo what you said about the board not being too keen on it. But from what I heard, the board was only not keen on it because he was 80 million. If it was a reduced fee, they'd be a lot more happier for it. That's what I think the board's only really waiting for. But marina tax has to come into effect with this one. It's the same way with all the transfers that we've had. She's been able to lower it down a little bit. I'd only take Declan Rice if we could get it to a minimum of like 45 million or something like that. Although I expect us to have to throw a couple players in the deal as well in order to be able to do that. Because West Ham, their owners hate the fans enough without selling their best player to their biggest rival. There's no way that could run with them.
Yeah, exactly. Especially to us.
Chelsea again. Who's winning the Rumble? God knows. I haven't got a name for it. They've got so many options right now. It doesn't even look like they've
Randy Orton
so far. You think it's going to be Orton again?
No.
I ain't got a clue who's winning this one, but I kind of like going into the Rumble with a bit of suspense because half the time it's been easily predictable.
Yeah.
What else have we got? This was another super chat. Sheffield Wednesday.
That was his game. That was his game when you asked.
Oh, that was your Sheffield Wednesday.
And Dennis White.
They ain't been in the Premier League for a while now.
That's what I'm saying.
Give me one. So I'm going to get another question, then I can drop Kaio's channel in the description.
Let's read the other comments.
No.
If you leave Chelsea the way that you did, you do not deserve to come back to this club, man. After that.
People were crying for him though when he left. I was like, it's good that he's gone. The money that we got, fam. People were saying,
man, but he's not even the same player, man. There's a reason Atletico let him go, man. There's a reason that they terminate his contract. The problem with Chelsea fans nowadays, we're too sentimental with this crap, man.
That's the thing, right? We mock Arsenal if they signed this guy because it would just be the typical washed ex-Chelsea player. And I love Diego Costa. He is washed.
I'm the same. I told you, man. Our fans are like Justin Bieber fangirls, man. We just fall in love and we don't think about it like rationally. If we get Costa back, we already have 3 very good center forwards. Why do we need a 4th? We barely can play at the 3 that we have. Like the one position, we don't need anything in it. Center forward.
As nobody tell me in the comment section that we need him for aerial ability because that was one of his biggest weaknesses as a Chelsea player. He wasn't good in the air. For someone of his ability, someone of his range and his size, he should have been so much better in the air than he originally was. But he wasn't. There was games where we lost because he was poor in the air. And also, what other striker does that remind us of? That's tall, that should be really good in the air, but isn't. We'd have 2 of the exact same strikers. I love Diego Costa. He was one of our best strikers in Premier League history. It is done now.
The chapter is closed. The chapter is closed. We have a new chapter. We have new players that we need to get the best out of. We don't have time to keep bringing up more players when we already have. We spent 250 million, people. Chill with the players, man.
All right, cool. We'll go for a few more questions. Well, 1 or 2 more questions we're going to cut because I know Sadiq needs to leave as well.
Yeah.
I didn't answer the super chat. What did the super chat say?
Which one?
Oh no, I already said DM me or anything, and I'll send you the link. I don't know if you DM'd me yet, but if you do it, we'll go for another 10 more minutes. Sadiq, I get you'll have to cut, but if he sends me a DM quickly enough, we'll go and do it. What else do you get? Opinions on a 2-striker formation. I was thinking about the 4-4-2 diamond, but we need wingers that would be able to track back. We can't just do it and just think it would randomly work because Kante will be left exposed yet again. I don't mind Hudson-Odoi being one of those wingers because he's improved defensively. He tracks back a lot more than he used to. But I'm not really sure who else we'd add on the other side to work with that.
Kai, do you like Hudson-Odoi?
What?
Do you like Hudson-Odoi?
Yeah.
He's growing on me, man. He's growing on me. I like his determination, man. You do remember I didn't rate him, but I didn't rate him due to the fact that he actually transfer requested when he wasn't playing that well under Sarri, in the beginning. So that's the reason I didn't like him. But he's precising with like wanting to play, and he's proven himself. He's coming in. I think he deserves it no matter what. Even if Lampard doesn't like him as a person or whatever, that's put that aside. The kid is doing well. Give him a chance.
Yeah.
Give him a chance to play.
Yeah,
Charisma,
Terence,
man.
literally,
That's
DM me
charisma.
the next one because we'll do a live review after the Chelsea Morecambe game. I'll get you on for that straight up. So we'll sort that. What else you said? Tammy looking like Bert from Cecil, for goodness sake. Hey, this is the most jarring thing about him because he should be so perfect in the air. Do you think it's a case of age? Because I've heard a couple people say that before. Like Didier Drogba had the same issues where he was poor in the air growing up, and once he hit 26, 27, he got a lot stronger and a lot more capable. Do you not think it's something like that?
But Drogba is also like he's built differently. Tammy Abraham is just joints, man. He's just joints after joint after joint, man. Zero muscles, man. The guy is not athletic at all, man. Like if you've seen Drogba can jump, man. This guy can't jump. He can't jump, man. He literally has to climb other players in order for him to get headers, and he's not too strong to actually like get to the ball. So I don't know, man. He might need to hit the gym, but I like somebody who goes to the gym like as much as I do. I know guys like him. It's very hard for them to gain muscles, man. And you can't use.
So you're thinking it's a body type thing?
It is a body type thing. It is. He's not like if you've seen Drogba. Drogba's built like a monster, man.
Okay, that's an interesting way of looking at it. I haven't even thought about it from that point of view, but I might have to take a more deeper look into it. I'm thinking about it a little bit, but we will leave this stream for now. I'm so gassed we got through a 1 hour stream about fucking Morecambe. So big up the pair of you for this, guys. Kaio's channel is now in the description. No, not in the description below. It's now the pinned comment in the comment section below. So click that. I'll take you straight to his channel. Worldwide Chelsea as well. You already know. Click the link in the title. I'll send you straight to his description. And subscribe to Kaio because as soon as it's 1K, I can put his name in the title as well.
And the Football Terrace as well. But you probably already, a lot of you know me from the Football Terrace. Subscribe to the Football Terrace as well.
Damn right. Big up Terry and the boys as well. You already know. And yeah, guys, thank you all for jumping on the stream. We will be back again straight after the Chelsea Morecambe game. Hopefully in a good mood, because I swear down, if we aren't in a good mood, that might be Frank Lampard's last game.
Keep liking the video, man. Keep liking the video, you lot, man. Run it up, man. Keep liking it, man.
Yes, please, guys. And yeah, until tomorrow, take care and up the